I call the member for Hughes.
Deputy Speaker, well, look, I've heard some hypocrisy coming from the other side during my 6.5 years in Parliament. But to hear the member from all places, Port Adelaide, stand at the dispatch box and cry about the effect of increasing power prices on consumers, that just takes the cake. The member for Port Adelaide, go and give yourself a gold medal performance, a gold medal winning performance, to stand at the dispatch box and to cry about power prices. Because what happened, Deputy Speaker, under the glory years, the most magnificent glory years of the Rudd-Gillard-Rudd regimes, of which the member of Port Adelaide was a senior member, power prices increased in this nation 118%. 118%. And you know where they bit the most? In the member for Port Adelaide's electorate. If you look across the statistics, nowhere are people having over the last several years under the Labor Party, have households had their power cut off more than in South Australia. And the member for Port Adelaide comes in here and talks about how he's upset about power price increases. The member for Port Adelaide, go and give yourself a gold medal for hypocrisy, because that is the best that I have seen. Now, Deputy Speaker, getting back to the MPI, I actually read this, I was a bit confused. It said, the quote from the Leader of the Opposition, the harm that will be inflicted on Australians. Now, I sort of thought the harm that will be inflicted on Australians, is this an extension of the threats made by the CFMEU? They're the ones that talk about harm to Australians, and let's just see what the CFMEU have said about doing harm to Australians. I quote, "Let me give a dire warning to the ABC inspectors. Be careful what you do. When we come after you, you better be careful. We're going to expose all of them. We will lobby in their neighbourhoods. We'll tell them who lives in their house. We will go to their local football club. We'll go to their local shopping centre. They will not be able to show their faces anywhere. Their kids will be ashamed who their parents are when we expose all of these ABC inspectors." Threatening children. Threatening children. This is the type of rhetoric that you would expect from a criminal, outlaw motorcycle gang. And yet, Deputy Speaker, these are the major benefactors to the Labor Party. Millions of dollars underwrite the elections and the campaigns of the members sitting over that side by the CFMEU. And when we raise this issue, their heads go down, Deputy Speaker. The silence comes across them, because they know in their hearts that they are embarrassed to receive funding from such an organisation that makes such criminal threats. Deputy Speaker, it is true. Now, Bill Leake, the late, great Bill Leake, with his cartoons, summed up the relationship between the CFMEU and the opposition. His cartoon would show the opposite, with a CFMEU official, with a CFMEU T-shirt on, with the tats and the muscles, Deputy Speaker, holding up a sock puppet. And that sock puppet, of course, Deputy Speaker, was the Leader of the Opposition. That's right. Because we know who pulls the strings. We know what would happen should that Labor Party ever sit on this side of the chamber. Their strings, they would merely be puppets of the CFMEU. That's right. And I think, Deputy Speaker, that's something all Australians should consider. All Australians should consider what would happen, what would this country be like if an organisation like the CFMEU is running the show. Because that's what would happen, Deputy Speaker, should the Labor Party ever sit on this side. Hypocrisy, threats, Deputy Speaker, that is the modern day Labor Party. And the other hypocrisy that we've heard from them, Deputy Speaker, we've heard that this MPI should have been an uplift, a chance, Deputy Speaker, to talk about the progress our nation is making. But instead, Deputy Speaker, we see this appalling motion to end this session of Parliament. Simply hypocrisy. For the Labor Party to come in here and complain about cutting penalty rates when no one has cut more penalty rates than their trade union bosses, when no one has done more to increase electricity prices than the Labor Party, when no one has done more to run up the debt and to harm the citizens of this nation, Deputy Speaker. We are working to improve this nation, Deputy Speaker. We must keep these people away from this side of the chamber.